classics in Hollywood is finally getting a remake on Disney Plus, and it's called Home Sweet Home Alone. I've seen every single Home Alone movie, so I felt obligated to watch this one. It's not that bad, but it's also not great, and it's definitely not going to be a classic. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new movie review. Today we're going to be discussing Home Sweet Home Alone, the latest Disney Plus original film, which of course is kind of a reboot of the Home Alone franchise, but also a sequel to the original Home Alone. There's some callbacks to it, but really much this is a standalone Home Alone movie. And it's fine. I didn't hate this, but I also didn't love it. And I thought to myself, if I had kids, I would just show them the original Home Alone movies. But I do think in this world today, where maybe those Home Alone movies may be a little bit too violent for some people, this one kind of falls into that manner. But don't get me wrong when I say this movie is still pretty goddamn violent, and we have a lot to discuss today. So if you guys are new here and you love talking movies on a daily basis, this is truly the channel for you guys. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as well as comment down below your guys' thoughts. What's your favorite Home Alone movie? Do you love the Home Alone films? Are you looking forward to this? Well, let's discuss it all down there. Home Sweet Home Alone is about a married couple who tries to steal back a valuable heirloom from a troublesome kid. It, of course, is directed by Dan Mazer and stars Ellie Kemper, who I love from The Office, Delaney, who I've really appreciated over the last couple of years, and Archie Yates as Max, who Archie Yates, like if you haven't seen Jojo Rabbit, go put some time into that. He is such a great supporting actor in there, and I'm happy to see him leading this movie, because in fact, I actually think he is one of the big shining spots of this entire film. The kid bleeds charisma. He is so charming, smiling, laughing, all sorts of things like that. If you love Archie Yates, you're going to love and adore him in here. But surprisingly, he is actually not the main character in here. He's very much a side character to the actual robbers of this, who is Ellie Kemper and Delaney's Pam and Jeff. And really much, they probably all share the same amount of runtime. Yes, it's still about a kid who, in a sense, is sent home alone because his family left him and forgot him. But they're also having a reason to this. And I actually found them to be interesting characters. Now, I'm not going to say they're the most compelling characters in the entire world. It's kind of dumb what they're doing, and there could be a more simplistic manner of this entire approach. But I liked what they were trying to do with this. I actually thought it was a different kind of direction than what we've seen from the Home Alone franchise before, necessarily. And if I was to rank all the Home Alone movies, this is probably like the third best one. But there is a far, bar none, different layer from the first two original movies to this one. And I think that's where I go to say that I think this film is for kids. It is not for my generation. And, you know, if I had kids, again, maybe I would show them the first two and then finally show them Home Sweet Home Alone. But while I like the performances and actually some of the brutal traps that Archie Yates' character sets up are absolutely... they're pretty damn brutal. I was actually not surprising that for a Disney Plus original film, but they're fun. And if that's what you're coming to, is for the traps, then you're going to have fun in that. But it does take a while to finally get to that point. It actually doesn't happen until literally the third act. And from my knowledge, I don't remember the first Home Alone movie having that same style. This is only an hour and a half movie, and it does feel a little bit longer in its runtime than I really much expected. And I think that's where I just go as far to say is that while I enjoyed this, it is a totally forgettable film. Again, I think kids might enjoy this one a lot more than parents, but parents who grew up with the original Home Alone, this isn't made for us. And I think it's nice for a one-time watch, but I'll probably never really check this one out again until I maybe have kids and they're like, hey, I want to watch that. Tell them, no, you should watch the original Home Alone, and they're probably going to tell me no and then watch this one anyways. Again, maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh on this. I just do feel like that remakes nowadays or reboots or sequels to franchises like this could be absolute better, and I just wanted a lot more from this movie in particular, because I think the material is there to make a good sequel or to make something more fun in this world. But I will give it where credit is due. There are actually some clever jokes in here that did make me laugh. Again, some gags and stunts that I thought were pretty funny. And I actually think the cast here is the reason to come and see it. Ellie Kemper is great with her charisma. Delaney, I freaking adore. I think he's so funny. And Archie Yates, once again, is a big standout in this. Home Sweet Home Alone might not do anything different with the genre, and it definitely didn't piss me off. But I also found it to just be pretty forgettable other than the main cast. So with all that said, I'm going to give Home Sweet Home Alone a C. Again, not a bad movie, not a great movie, but also not the best movie. It's just fine. It's a fine film, and I'm sure many of you guys will either enjoy it, hate it, or all that sorts of things. So leave a comment, hit that like and subscribe button, head on over to See Armstrong Films on how to see films early, and of course, it's a big thing to you and a big thing to my Patreon supporters, because without you, I would not be able to do this. So thank you once again, and of course, until next time, stay classy.